Hello and welcome to this new tutorial where we are going to be learning some Calendly tips and tricks. Calendly is a website that helps you to do scheduling in a very simplified way, and basically it is a smart scheduling thing for teams who conduct meetings at scale, and it can help you handle your sales, marketing, customer success, recruitment, information technology, and also education, which helps drive more revenue, speed up your sales cycle, and close more deals. But I still find that despite the knowledge that majority have about Calendly, some don't know the tips and tricks on how to best use this site. And so in this tutorial, that's what we are going to be doing. And I'll be leaving the link to Calendly in the description of this video. As for the payment plans for Calendly, we have the free basic plan, which is always free. And then we have others, including Essentials, Professional, Teams, and Enterprise, that go for $8, $12, and $16 respectively. So which are these tricks that you need to know? So you will have to register an account with Calendly. And if you have your account, you'll just be logging in. Once you log in, it brings you to your dashboard, and this is now how my dashboard looks like. You can already see I have 3 scheduled meetings. And so let's begin with the first trick. And the first trick, majority that don't know, is how to create a one-off meeting and block available time. How do we do that? So you simply come to create, and then you use this one-off meeting. So I'll click on that, and it brings me to this calendar. Now, I can now decide which one-off meeting this will be. Here I'll decide on the duration. I'll give it 15 minutes. Then for the host here, for the working hours, I'll decide it remains on the working hours. And then here, now I can block the time that I would want. You notice that all this one here is unavailable. So you notice that it indicates all the unavailable times on my calendar. So to get the time, I'll click on clear times. And then down here, I'll select the times to share. So I'll add times here. I'll add time. Then I'll click on next. And then down here, this is a one-off meeting. I can give it a name. Maybe it's a situation report meeting. I'll call it sit rep meeting. And then I can give the location, add the details, and then reserve the times down here. Here, put placeholders on your calendar for all offered times until one of them is booked. So I'll switch that on. This is a button that majority don't know how to use this. So I'll put a placeholder for that, such that on my calendar, all the time offered, it's free until one books, such that when one books that time, it's no longer free. The advantage of that is, if I just don't activate this, maybe 2 people might end up booking the same slot, and I won't know. So that placeholder on my calendar will only be there for the available time until one of them is booked. Once one of them is booked, then the time goes, and that time is no longer marked as available. So I'll click on publish that meeting. Then my meeting is now ready to share. And then I can now share this link either as an SMS. I can share it on other social media platforms. I can share it with through emails and so on. Here I can add times to email. So here I'll be able to paste times directly into an email to share. So if I click on copy times, then it means I'll also be able now to paste those times in an email. That's one trick that you need to know about Calendly. So I'll just copy the times and paste them. So now I'll just close that and go to the next tip. Now for the next tip, we are going to be looking at meeting poll. I'll click here on create new event type. And the advantage of learning how to use meeting poll is that sometimes, let's say you're conducting a meeting that needs availability of people. So you may discover that sometimes the people may not be available at a certain time and majority are available at a different time. And you won't know if you just schedule your meeting. So before you schedule your meeting, if you have a specific target audience, you can just create a poll for the meeting such that you just inform them that the poll that wins, that's when the meeting will be held, especially if you're available. You can give them 2 slots or 3 slots of time when you are available, and then they just vote for that. They do the poll for that. To do that, you simply come down here where you let your group of invitees vote on a time that works for everyone. So you'll click on that, and then you'll be asked what times do you want to offer invitees to vote on. So maybe you are available on a certain day. You just offer them the time that you want them to vote for. Again, the usual way, you set your time here, duration, working hours, definitely. Then here, you can now select the time that you want to share. Then down here, I'll look at the vote visibility and check that. So allow poll participants to see each other's names and votes. In this case, maybe, if I gave them a meeting at 8 in the morning and another one at 10 in the morning for them to vote for one, then definitely all the poll participants will be able to see the time that will win, and so they are able to adjust accordingly if possible and come in for that meeting. The next item I want us to look at is workflows. Now, workflows helps to automate all your work, such as text messages when you are booked, email reminders before events, and more. So down here, you may notice that these tabs are not active. So you need to upgrade to use them. But I'll just explain a few. Email reminder to invitee. Once you use this workflow, it sends an email reminder to the people who are supposed to attend your meeting. And once you access it, you are able to set the time when you want the reminder to be sent, maybe before 1 hour before the meeting, 15 minutes before the meeting, and so on. If you use the second one, email reminder to host, this means that you never miss an event. You get automated email reminders. If, for instance, you want someone to host a meeting for you, if you schedule that meeting, you can set an email reminder to that host to know they have a meeting to share. The third one here, send thank you email, helps to build relationships with a quick thanks. So when you use this workflow, and of course you have to upgrade to be able to use this, you can decide to send an automated message and you can set the delay. For instance, after a Zoom meeting, maybe that you had scheduled, you can set this to send a certain message or a specific message, for instance, requesting for feedback on the experience of the meeting. Next, the other tip and trick that you need to know how to use is the apps. You simply come to your account here, and then down here, you check on apps. So you notice also we have Calendly for Chrome, Calendly for Edge, and all this. Then here, you can have Calendly for Outlook, which helps to have quick access, and you can also share your availability right away from your Outlook inbox. That means if you link Calendly to Outlook, you just set your availability just from your inbox on Outlook. Finally, I want us to look at how you can create a secret event. This feature is a nice tip because it only allows the people that you invited to join. How do you create a secret event? So you'll do the normal way we schedule a meeting, event type, then you just click there. Then you decide the kind of event you want, maybe one-on-one. So you'll scroll down here up to the end of that page and you discover we have make this secret event. So I'm going to check on that. In this case, only invitees who have this Calendly link can schedule with you. So we use this to hide the event on your main scheduling page. That means if I create this event here, and then click on next. If I go to my page, only the people I share the link with will be able to see that. So if I click on next, my meeting has been scheduled. But if I go to my account to see the events that I have scheduled, you will notice that the security update meeting has this icon to show that is a secret one. Even if I put the cursor there, you notice secret events are hidden from your main Calendly page. That means I'm the only one who is able to say this, and it can only again be seen by those that I share the link with, so that anybody else may see these other public meetings, but the secret one remains mine and possibly with the people that I share with. I hope these tips have been great to help you be a better user of Calendly. Kindly like this video, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel.